Hello everyone, this is our second session for how to improve our comm skills. So start taking the responsibility. Taking responsibility for your actions, acknowledging that everyone has the right to the nation and their feelings, and having an honest hearing of evaluations. Relying on all parties understanding what they want and communicating it. Assertiveness method of valuing yourself same time as being fair and reasonable. And it is not about achieving your desires at the expense of others as the key to forming a hit-running relationship. Assertive behaviors encompass having a high-quality mindset about yourself and others, being direct and honest, respecting others, and acknowledging variations. Opinion. According to the announcement concept, there are 3 one-of-a-kind styles of behavior. These are passive-aggressive and assertive. If a character is passive, then they experience as if they have got little to make contributions, allowing others to violate theirs rights all. They locate it hard to see no or make requests. They are passive behavior that can result in avoidance of obligation. When they talk, they frequently put themselves down and make common justifications and try to keep away from warfare imposing. Kiran's rights without thinking about or respecting the rights of others is a sign of competitive behavior, regularly expressing reviews as facts due to the belief that their views are in number one significance. They continually need to win, even supposing it's at the fee of others. Assertive behavior includes expressing your rights while also thinking about the rights of others and believing all events have an identical quantity to contribute. That's why it's encouraged to be used in running relationships. So what are the keys to search of abilities whilst listening? You must be aware of both verbal and nonverbal behaviors, so be aware of both what is being stated and the way it's expressed to clarify the state of affairs. Person aggregate of open and closed questions, but they permit you to test your assumptions and again. Further records. Consider the language you are using to illustrate your assertiveness. For instance, use I need in place of I can't. Assertive phrases include next time I recognize I can deal with it, I'm accountable and I need to learn to grow difficult conditions. %GV the selection of her to reply and need to be seen as a possibility to research. When getting a grievance, hold it brief and clear. Only amplify on info if required and encourage others to make guidelines as to how they may alternate their behavior. If you're receiving the complaint, ask for rationalization, however, don't be afraid to peer if you disagree. You always have the right to mention no without feeling the want to justify your selection. However, in some situations, it won't be the maximum appropriate reaction. So try and find a compromise that fits all parties. It's perfectly acceptable to trade your mind in mild of recent statistics, because it demonstrates attention to the rights of others being taken into consideration. However, you must inform human beings of any changes you're making. A willingness to solve conflict is needed. When handling aggression in others, use silence to help feelings naturally die down. Consider whether you the goal. Acknowledge their anger and specify your willingness to examine whilst giving horrific news. Be short, specific, and factual. Take ownership of it by using the usage of I statements, and keep in mind that humans have the right to be saved and informed of modifications in the cause of why they had been card. People can reply to assertiveness with a private complaint in an attempt to distract you. Don't mission. Criticism. Acknowledge it. Continue together with your point. The criticism could assist enhance your technique and is useful in uncovering hidden agendas. To get other parties to attend to your situation, it can be necessary to copy your message. Use an equal tone of voice. But communicate louder without shouting and refuse to be distracted from your stop. Remember you are chargeable for your behaviors and could pick a way to respond to a situation correctly with the use of assertiveness to obtain a win-win final results. Being chief, make certain the right seat claim for yourself also is given to others.